Hello my darlings, I hope you're all doing very, very well. I hope you are sitting comfortably, you are cozy, you got your snacks and your beverages and a blanket or something to cuddle up to. In today's video, we are going to be talking about a tattoo artist I have definitely spoke about before a few times on my channel, and that is Romeo Lacoste. I didn't think I would actually ever mention this guy's name again. I honestly thought he was cancelled, to be honest with you. I thought he was like super under the radar. I hadn't looked into him in a very long time since he was outed as inappropriately messaging underage people. So I kind of thought he was keeping a low profile kind of thing, you know, that happened a while ago. But oh no, he's still very much active. According to my DMs, I got a plethora of DMs of a screenshot of something that he had posted on his Instagram, which we'll look into in a minute. For those that don't know, I have, like I said, made plenty of videos about Romeo. He is just, he's a character, to put it politely. I'm going to leave relative links down below to the videos that I have done about him. The one that's probably going to be so helpful to you for a backstory is my tattoo etiquette video about him, which does a big old deep dive on him as a person and as a tattoo artist. It is quite an old video, but a very quick recap for those that don't want to watch that whole thing. Romeo Lacoste is a tattoo artist based in Los Angeles, California, America. He specialises in high detail micro tattoos or realism tattoos. I will always give credit where credit is due, and the majority of his tattoos, when they're fresh, look freaking amazing. It does take talent to do such small detailed tattoos, but his tattoos, when they're healed, not so good. And he, you know, likes to say that his tattoos heal fantastically fine and they will last forever and ever and ever. But if you were to watch my tattoo etiquette video on Romeo, then you'll know that that's very much not the case. He is a self-proclaimed tattoo god as well, which always just gives me the ick, and he's also a self-proclaimed celebrity tattoo artist. He actually tattooed one of my favourite artists of all time, which is Kendrick Lamar. But it's okay. We all know that celebrities don't have the best information when it comes to being tattooed, right? We've seen plenty of cases where celebrities have very questionable tattoos. No shade. That was shady. That was shade. But yeah, it seems that Romeo has been doing his thing, as always, tattooing and all of that. And he also at one point did have some kind of music career going on there. Like, he uploaded music videos. What he has posted recently on his Instagram is... I cannot not speak about it, you know? So he posted this on Instagram, which is Painless Tattoos. We now offer under anesthesia sedation tattoo sessions, full back, front or sleeves in one session with me and my team of 5 artists. Now, I have reacted to a video of Post Malone being tattooed under anesthesia. I think that was in one of my TikTok videos from a while ago. Okay, correction, I actually made a full video on it in January of 2022. I've made far too many videos, I cannot keep up. There's also a YouTuber by the name of Celeste, I think that's how you say her name, who did a video recently of the whole thing of people going under anesthesia to be tattooed. So I highly recommend that if you want to watch that and know more. He also put in his caption, proud to announce we now offer 100% painless tattoos on anesthesia and sedation. The next 3 only we are doing at cost, half price for video content. If you or a friend is interested, share or DM. I have so many thoughts and opinions on this. It's insane, like, it's overwhelming. Like, as Romeo has just said there and then, he said that it's 100% painless. Okay, yes, while under anesthesia you're not going to feel a thing, but when you wake up, that tattoo pain is going to hit you like a truck. The majority of the people that watch my video have tattoos, so you know what it feels like when you finish a tattoo session, you go home, you're chilling, and you just have this like throbbing pain where you've just been tattooed, and then the next day, oh my gosh, the next day is even worse. I mean, this is for me personally, you have that like blood rush feeling. So if you get like the lower part of your body tattooed or lower part of a limb tattooed, like your arm, hand, lower leg, and you know, you get up in the morning and you feel this like rushing pain, and it's like all the blood is just rushing to that area where you've been tattooed. It is sometimes excruciating. It feels like you've been hit by a hammer. It's such a wake-up call. So to say that this is 100% painless is absolute, excuse my French, bullshit. You should not be putting these claims out here, because we all know that that's not a thing. If someone sees this and they've never been tattooed before and think, oh my god, yes, I can get this huge tattoo, it's going to be pain-free, and then they go through with this and then they wake up from the anesthesia and all they feel is like the whole of their back that has been tattooed by these 5 artists. Oh my god, I can't, like, that would be traumatic, surely. Like, that would be traumatic to me, at least. At least when you're awake for getting a tattoo, you can gradually feel the pain building up, you know? Like, it's like a slow increase to more and more pain the more you get tattooed over the hours. But to just wake up and to have like a, I don't know, like a 3, 4, 5 hour session tattoo just there, that is so much for the body. When I went to the London Tattoo Convention, there was this guy who had the whole of his back tattooed by 7 artists, and he was obviously awake and he was suffering. He was miserable. I even spoke to him because I made a video about the whole situation. This was years ago. This was like 2017, I think it was. Yeah, I reached out through Instagram and he said that he was feeling rough for days after. So you're not going to escape that with anesthesia, you know? Like, the days after are going to be horrific no matter what. And obviously there could be pain management and all of that with medication, drugs, but should people really rely on that after a tattoo? I certainly don't. I don't take any pain medication after getting tattooed. It's okay if you do, obviously, but I'm sure a lot more stronger stuff would maybe be offered. I don't know. I don't know that kind of side of things. Also, let's talk about how dangerous anesthesia is as a whole. I honestly believe that anesthesia should not be taken lightly and should only be used for medical things. Like, when I reacted to the Post Malone thing, I was kind of like, oh, that's, you know, 2 birds, 1 stone kind of deal. But he was getting his teeth done anyway. I was kind of like, oh, it makes a bit of sense, you know, like, while you're under, you may as well. But to just go under anesthesia for a tattoo, that to me, just no. I'm not about it. It's just so stupid. I quickly just wanted to read this section from the NHS website about what general anaesthesia is. General anaesthesia is a state of controlled unconsciousness. During a general anaesthetic, medicines are used to send you to sleep so you're unaware of surgery. Do you see that? Surgery. Not getting tattooed, okay? Surgery. It's for really serious things. Anyway, and do not move or feel pain while it's carried out. General anaesthesia is used for surgical procedures where it's safe or more comfortable for you to be unconscious. Okay, we're talking medical things here, not tattoos. Anyway, it's usually used for long operations or those that would otherwise be very painful. Now, tattoos suck, okay? I've been tattooed many a times. I have my palm tattooed and I saw Jesus getting that. But you would not catch me going on a general anaesthesia for that. Ever. It's not clear exactly how it works, but it's known that all anaesthetics stop the nerves from passing signals to the brain. This means you do not feel anything. Recovery. After your operation, the anaesthesiast, that's a mouthful for me, will stop the anaesthetic and you'll gradually wake up. You'll usually be in a recovery room at first before being transferred to a ward. Depending on your circumstances, you'll usually need to stay in a hospital for a few hours to a few days after your operation. General anaesthetics can affect your memory, concentration, and reflexes for a day or 2, so it's important for a responsible adult to stay with you for at least 24 hours after your operation. If you're allowed to go home, you'll also be advised to avoid driving, drinking alcohol, and signing any legal documents for 24 to 48 hours. This is some serious stuff right here. This isn't like numbing cream, okay, where you can just function as a normal human being. And I know that some tattoo artists are against numbing cream or whatever, but I feel like it's one extreme to the other. Here are some of the side effects of general anaesthetics: feeling sick or being sick, shivering and feeling cold, confusion and memory loss, bladder problems, dizziness, bruising and soreness, sore throat, damage to the mouth or teeth. So could you imagine you have one or some of them on top of a very painful new tattoo? That again is a lot for the body to go through. Let's have a look at the complications and risks. A number of more serious complications are associated with general anaesthetics, but these are rare. Possible serious complications and risks include a serious allergic reaction to the anaesthetic, anaphylaxis, which, that's a lot. Waking up during your operation, accidental awareness, although the amount of anaesthetic given will be continuously monitored to help ensure this doesn't happen. And death, okay? Death. Serious problems are more likely if you're having major or emergency surgery, you have any other illnesses, you smoke, or you're overweight. Your anaesthesiologist will discuss the risks with you before your operation. You should try to stop smoking or drinking alcohol the weeks before surgery, as doing so will reduce your risks of developing complications. You may also be advised to lose weight and increase your activity levels in the weeks before surgery. If you can, doing this could reduce any possible risks or complications. That's a lot to take in. And do you think, again, I don't want to assume or anything like that because we don't know the full story, but do you seriously think that the tattoo artist or the people involved take this much care into their clients before doing the tattoo, you know, making them aware that you shouldn't be drinking or smoking beforehand? Because, like, I don't want to assume people's lifestyles or anything like that, but with the rich and famous, some of them do, you know, like to smoke some things, drink some things. Do you think they're going to take that into account at all because of this, you know, amazing quote unquote experience of a pain-free tattoo? It's something to think about. Also, something to think about is what if something does go wrong, whether it is some serious side effects or the absolute worst, which is death. Who is responsible or liable for that? Would it be the anesthesiologist, or would it be the tattoo artist? Would it be both of them? Would it be the establishment that this is taking place in? This just seems all far too sketchy and unregulated for me. I feel like this is only going to end in tears, lawsuits, and people that are going to be very upset and hurt, and should a death happen or something like that because of this, it's not good. This is not going to end well. Anyway, back to tattooing. I would hope that this is obviously done in a very controlled environment. I'm thinking this is probably done in a dentist office or a medical establishment. I hope to God this isn't done in a tattoo studio where there is not medical equipment, should there be a medical emergency. Could you just imagine? And obviously if it is done in a doctor's office or a dentist's office or what have you, then obviously those are very clean, like they're medical places, so that I don't have a problem with. What I have a problem with is just the sheer stupidity of it all and the expense as well. Obviously this is more so for people that can afford it, you know. Myself and the majority of you, I assume, don't have disposable income to do such a thing. And even if I did have the disposable income to do such a thing, I truly would not partake in something like this. Obviously, a lot of people have a lot to say about this when it comes to the comments, so we're going to take a look at some of those. This is the top comment on Romeo's post while I'm editing this. It says, if you can't take the pain of a tattoo, don't get one. I personally don't agree with that so much. I'm the kind of person that doesn't mind numbing cream. I don't think we should be gatekeeping tattoo pain whatsoever. I do think we should be gatekeeping medical equipment or medical drugs while being tattooed. So, like, there needs to be a line drawn somewhere here. Numbing cream, okay. Being sedated, not so okay. Not worth the risks of anesthesia at all, coming from a nurse. And I think if I'm going to trust anyone's opinion or judgment on this, it's going to be someone that works in the medical field. Yeah, because we all have the money to pay for tattoos and go under anesthesia with a medical professional. Not to mention the physical toll of healing by getting that much work done at once. Must be nice to have money. This next comment is the opposite of how I feel, but I feel like it's fair to read it out. It says, do people not understand you have to go to 4 years of medical school after undergraduate school and then another 4-year residency to be an anesthesiologist? It's not like this shop and artists are willing to go to prison for killing someone because they use an unlicensed medical professional. The same kind of people put you under for your wisdom teeth and boob jobs and other surgeries. There is a risk of death the second you sit outside or even in your own house. Let people just do what the duck, which obviously means fuck, they want. Sorry, some can't get blasted forever and take the pain. Who cares? It isn't you paying for it and taking the risk, which is very, very true. It's not up to me or anybody else to control what people do with their body and their choices. So I definitely agree with that. Y'all are being rude. Tattoos and needles are two very different concepts. I wouldn't necessarily feel the need to take part, having as many as I do already, but think it's wonderful. Now we just need anesthesia for IUDs, which I agree with that one. How is anesthetics being offered to tattoo clients and not people with wounds going through a very painful procedure? That's kind of annoying in my opinion. Then this person said, we really trust in this dude to put you under anesthesia. I mean, the fact that people still want to be tattooed by him with all this information about him being kind of creepy, to put it politely, is scary enough. But Romeo said, I'm not putting anyone under anesthesia. I have a doctor for that, obviously, which, yeah, I mean, that's obvious. Romeo is definitely not qualified to be putting anyone under anesthesia. I don't think he should be around people, but hey ho. I truly do hope that we don't see an increase in this kind of thing. Again, I feel like this is only going to be for the rich and the famous and people that don't know any better when it comes to the dangers of anesthesia or the huge pain that tattoos are and the trauma that they can cause the body, especially having such a big area tattooed in one day. That's a lot to go through. I would absolutely love to know your thoughts and opinions on this whole thing. Would you partake in something like this if you had the money and were willing to risk it all? Or do you think it's such a silly idea and it's something that should not become popular within the tattoo industry? Please do sound off your opinions down below. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for being here, and until my next one, bye.